Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to my channel. This is another 15 lessons that I've learned and I'm continuing to learn now that I've entered my 30s. So let's jump right into the next point. A lot of the things that you say that you do or you don't say and don't do will have a permanent impact and impression on a lot of people and what they think of you. I know a lot of people say that you should just do your own thing and don't care what other people think, but what other people think and how they perceive you does impact you in a lot of ways, not just emotionally. It can affect your career and even the trajectory of your life, depending on the situations and circumstances and who you're dealing with. And so it's really important to think about what you're going to be doing, the actions you're taking, and whether or not this is going to have a negative impact long term for yourself. And so if you think it's going to have a negative impact, try to make the temporary sacrifice so that you can have a long-term, more peaceful life. 17, it's okay to feel lost and confused in life and not know, essentially be directionless. But what's not okay is to do nothing about it and then expect things to change and get better. That's not how the world works. Again, you're not the main character of a movie. You need to take charge of your own life and make the changes necessary so that you can have a more fulfilled life. 18, people are very cruel. Stop giving them so much grace because it takes a literal physical toll on you because you think that they're going to be better and you hope for the best for them, even though you expect and don't put too many expectations on them. You put less expectations and hope for the best, but you put too much emphasis on the hope part and you end up disappointed over and over and over again. Stop doing that. 19, small changes and small actions really do matter and they can make a huge difference. However, not all of them are important and not all of them are very impactful. So try to figure out the difference and think about the big picture. 20, no one is looking and almost no one remembers the embarrassing, stupid, and ignorant things that you might have said, done, or thought of. So give yourself grace and move on, do better, and keep it pushing. And keep in mind that the ones that keep reminding you of your stupid mistakes or your mess ups in the past, they probably aren't the people you want to be around. Obviously, think critically and think about what they're trying to communicate. And if you find that they're not trying to be helpful, just move on. Leave them behind. 21, apply strategies that work for you in every aspect of your life. Translate, if you are really good at time management and it really works for you at work, try to apply those same time management skills that work for you in other aspects of your life, whether it's trying to organize your household, trying to, prepare healthy meals for yourself, get yourself to be more active, engaged, etc. This will help a lot. Once you find something that works, stick with it. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. 22, you never give up, which is kind of one of your strong points, but it can be a double-edged sword sometimes. Sometimes it's okay to call it quits. Learn when it's time to give up or just close that chapter and move on. It's going to save you time, money, energy, and mental peace. 23, being religious doesn't make you a kind or good person. Being smart doesn't mean that you have the answers. Being educated doesn't mean that you're modern, and having money doesn't mean that you know how to stay classy. In pretty much all of these cases, what it really means is you have resources, and that's a great thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have the knowledge or the know-how on how to use those resources. So think about that. 24, you don't have as much time as you think that you have with your loved ones, so get off your phone and spend more time with them. Talk to them and engage, because you will regret it if you don't now. 25, all things said and done, you will always feel so much better about yourself and more content with yourself, knowing that you have not tried to take advantage of people and tried to tear them down, but rather uplift them. Keep that up. Don't let the bitter world change that about you. 26, always assume that whoever you're talking to knows more than you. Stay humble and try to learn whatever you can from them, because there is always something you can learn. No one knows everything. So stay humble and talk with respect, because you will be surprised by how much you can learn from literally anyone. Whether they're older, more experienced, or have more degrees, you can always learn something. It could be a very small thing that you would not think much of, but that could potentially make a huge impact on you. For example, basically when I am done doing my dishes and there's water around the sink, I use my sponge to kind of soak up the water and then bring it into the sink or squeeze it into the sink. Now, it is the most simple thing that has made such a great impact on my life is, you know, those squeegee things that you clean showers with? You can get one and just use that to like wipe the water straight into the sink, and it's not like, if anything, it's satisfying. Like, it's so satisfying, and sometimes I want to spill water so that I can just wipe it into the sink. I know that's really random, but it's the smallest thing that I learned just from observing other people and how they manage like their sink or whatever, and it's made a huge impact on my life because I love wiping down the sink now. Okay, so let's move on to 27. Fact check everything, because fact checking and primary resource material will be your best friend for life. If you fact check everything and go to primary resources, you can be more confident in the information that you're learning and the information that you're sharing by talking to others, whether it's something about the news or literally anything else. 28 is one I feel very strongly about. All recipes online are lies. You always have to cook for longer. 29. No matter what happens, your mom's food will always taste better and you just cannot replicate it. Food just tastes better when your mom makes it. There's no going around it. And you can try as much as you want, but you probably will never be able to replicate it because, as my mom says, har haat mein farak hota hai. Something like that. She says something like that. Do your best to eat as much as you can from whatever she cooks, because once you move out, you won't be able to eat as much, and try to learn as much as you can so that you can come as close as you can to replicating it. 30. Fruits and veggies are your best friend. Try to eat more of them and incorporate them into your diet, and hold off on the sugar as much as you can, even though it's so tempting. And I will be going to get myself a large chocolate chip cookie because I deserve it. And I will attempt to have half of it because it's like those huge cookies and it's ridiculous, but that's not related to this right now. Sugar is just so bad for you, and honestly that explains why I've felt so sluggish my whole life, because I eat so much sugar. And ever since I've tried to like control it a little bit, I feel different. I feel better. I feel like I have more energy, because when I do eat a bunch of junk and highly processed food, it's a totally different story, and it's just not as satisfying. Like, you're still gonna be hungry after a very short period of time. So just think about that, and think about the food choices that you're making, because they will have a huge impact on you for the rest of your life. So those were the other 15 lessons that I've learned and I'm continuing to learn. However, I actually have more, but I think that this video might be too long, so we're gonna stop it here. If you want me to share even more, I can in another future video. That said, I'm very excited for you guys to see this video. Woohoo! I feel really good that I'm making videos again, because it's really fun. It does take a lot of time and effort, and sometimes I look back at my videos, I'm like, I don't like this, but that's okay. I'm just getting used to it. But let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and if you have any tips or life lessons that you'd like to share. I would love to learn from people that are younger than me or older than me, or just have had different life experiences. Definitely check out my website where I sell my hair oil, and my social media handles if you'd like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.